for God's sakes, that burned down L.A. to get the money publicly. Representative Raskin, Eric Adams' deal saturated with corruption. To me, it reflects the larger theme of what this administration is about, he told Chris Cuomo, the very guy.
Howdy, y'all.
And of course, you've also got
We are coming
Bill O'Reilly saying he knows the
hard on a live
There's another one. Why
Sunday.
the budding Trump DOJ scandal is a big deal? Washington Post. That's the CIA.
I'm your host, Ted.
So the CIA thinks, hey, we can get Trump on this.
Ted Roos.
He's not allowed to get charges dropped on somebody for them to work with him.
That is Theodore Roosevelt.
You're a mafia organization. Yes, he is.
You can call me any of those.
Mass resignation marks a new kind of defiance in the second Trump era. Good.
We are,
all you people that don't want to get with the program and save the country, you
researching.
Can resign. That makes it easier. Oh, boy.
The
Washington Post is like, oh, that really
Columbine
show him. Okay.
shooter.
Don't let the door hit you on your ass. Analyst as Trump shakes Justice Department. Deeply conservative prosecutors head for the execution learned their Bush Senior, Bush Junior,
spreading misinformation.
Neocons.
Sanderhood.
Good. Leave. That's Reuters. Openly
Well,
funded by the
really,
CIA,
everybody
USA,
forgets about Adam Lanza being a little DARPA kid, communist,
record. When you see Reuters,
socialist Bernie
one
bra.
of them, Andy McCarthy,
Like
Trump weaponization of DOJ and National
Bernie
Review.
bra.
Oh, the neocons are back.
Although, ever since all them
I mean, it's just
money launderings of the Antifada and the,
absolutely ridiculous.
Occupy Wall Street used to be awesome when we had Rand Paul, we had Bernie seemingly on the same side of the
neocons want nuclear war. Lied about
Occupy
and have the borders wide open.
Excuse me.
Standing by with the Democrats, giant human traffic, women and children. The weaponized DOJ.
Anyway,
oh, God. Oh.
What
really,
am I talking about? This show is called
He's putting his people in. They got criminal investigations going. What are you
live
so
for Destination Adventure Studios.
Where's
Live
the golden
for the Destination Adventure Studios that we are at right now. It's called Update. This show is called Vibecheck.
And now they're all defending it.
So, we're bringing back the
judges is about to commence.
Research.
You know what has commenced? 1776 has commenced again.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. My mother gets really upset about this guy's voice. It's almost entirely on how he communicates. He's kind of squirrely Sagittarius.
So I'm going to hit all of that.
I did a show on him the other day, but
we're not going to break for 8 minutes.
I had an echo, so this is the third.
Now I want to talk about
the first two
good things happening with
had some that echo bullshit.
Or make
always
America
hopping around and
healthy
not focusing.
Again.
But yeah, this guy's the devil incarnate compared.
For 24 hours.
I mean, everybody in the world has been demonizing this guy for his
caucuses to back him.
And then Trump.
That means political
Trump got it worse. I think.
Donors, funding to finance.
Well, everybody on the left thinks these motherfuckers are the devils.
To build a giant pro-health
now it's all
coalition
Musk,
like we have with the NRA for self-defense.
Turns out with the...
We have a coalition.
Like I said,
and the atrazine out of the food and water. We have a coalition to expose the poison shots. We have a coalition to get all the poison dyes out. We have a commission to block bugs in the food already being banned in multiple states.
I don't have any date on Mr. Alex Jones so far. That's why I'm so frustrated with all my leftedly
Trump's House Executive Order saying colleges are to do for the military and primary schools. Little kids, you don't have to take these shots.
Don't have evidence against somebody being a fatty, then you're the fatty.
And I've got more on that.
We've been talking about Russia since 2016.
News, hell, many of you know before I was born.
Zillennials hijacked my freaking life.
Sodium fluoride is a deadly poison.
I'm sick of your shit.
One of the most deadly poisons.
And that's why this happened. Why did this happen? Why is Trump in
water? But you go to the hardware store and it says fluoride, it's called
Elon Musk ruling the world now. Well, we gave them the New World Order.
And then they
just switched wings.
And then they die very quickly.
Totalitarian vampires.
You have fluoride dusted on
Masonic
grain.
Elite.
Or you dust cheese with it. You don't need a mousetrap. The mouse goes and dies.
When Trump won the election,
very young, and my grandmother had one of those.
And I do believe that he did win fair and square. Maybe
that was in the 70s, so I looked. It had been sold since the late 60s, so she had an old can of it left. And I remember her sprinkling around the doorsteps and back by the back entrance on the screen porch. And I remember a couple days later finding out there dead, swollen mice.
Elon Musk,
blood running out of their nose.
Yeah, with a cover, went on
a farm woman. That's watch me. No, they'd come in your house, eat everything, crap on everything. She had to kill them.
It was very Masonic, the whole.
She had gophers in the yard she dealt with.
Winning of the election.
And
to me.
I'd say, what happened to them, Grandma? She said, fluoride.
Also, Nostradamus is supposed to stutter.
And that's what a mouse gets on their feet and licks their feet, and then the next day swells up.
If you're here for the astrology, Nostradamus.
That sound like kind of good for you?
Had predictions about the Thoid Antichrist.
So they do when they try to put it in the water in 46. That would lower IQ, lower fertility, and turbocharge cancer at the levels they put it. They put it in there in the study
Trump
3 times.
And Musk, I've noticed, have been stuttering like crazy lately.
So remember this in AP Reuters 4 months ago? Children exposed to higher fluoride levels have lower IQs than government study finds.
Weird, awkward interview.
In case you don't have enough iodine, have lower IQ as well. Iodine's the answer to fluoride. It's a good allergen.
That was the weirdest.
And Joe Rogan. This has gone super viral.
I'm not trying to demonize a little kid, but to me, it gave me a weird vibe.
Joe Rogan snaps on fluoride defenders. Hey, man, F you.
Elon's
this is
the only one that's
saying
like the common sense. He's the only one allowed to say the common sense stuff.
There are conclusive studies that show the direct correlation between high levels of fluoride
grabbing the mic
in the water and IQs, and it's a neurotoxin. People are like, oh, well, finally he's there. Hey, it's great. This is when we win.
Cult thing, and he's always making jokes.
It's up to us to be the trailblazers, to hit the barbed wire, to make it safe. People that know the truth, and now we're at the moment of mass total awakening.
Oh, he's scaring shit out of everybody.
And now you can tune into Joe Rogan, and he sounds as hardcore as I do every day. That's victory.
Funny, but
that's success. But now I'm going to tell you over the horizon what else is going on in the next thing. Now that we've been proven right on everything. Like Elon said.
Yeah, he is right about the fluoride.
They weren't theories.
We were
research. They would just say, don't look at it. It's a theory. Here's a clip of Joe. We'll go to break,
as hell.
and we'll come back with Where's the Missing Gold?
Candy and sugar is really
my favorite.
All this horrible tooth decay in people.
This is why I'm. Yes, exactly. I saw this.
Solution.
This is why I'm watching Alex in the first place. I'm a Joe Rogan fan. I'm the biggest bro Rogan fan in the world.
You're taking a neurotoxin.
It wasn't an accident.
You're putting it in the water, but it. Again, like I want to take even a political position on this. I just want to look at it.
Bigger fan of bro
I want to look at this from a human lens. There's something that people do where even if something is obviously stupid, if it's a part of a system, and there's enough air quotes experts that have endorsed this, regardless of the fact
the definition
time and time again throughout history that experts are compromised, experts you could have a court case for a murder and bring in experts that will tell you he definitely did it, and experts that tell you he definitely didn't do it. So we know this for a fact. But still, people argue on the side of the experts. And I've seen this about fluoride, and it's so mind-boggling. There are conclusive studies that show a direct correlation between high levels of fluoride in the local water and lower IQs. And it's a neurotoxin. We know it's bad for you in large doses, and yet there are people out there with college degrees who read the New York Times who think they're sensible people that will get angry if you want to remove this neurotoxin from water, because look at all the strides it's done in preventing tooth decay.
Irrational.
And you just want to say, hey man, you. This is stupid.
And then the argument is so dumb because my friend Eddie Bravo had a great point.
And Jupiter.
He said, when you get toothpaste,
is the mind at its worst stage.
Do you ever see toothpaste that says fluoride free?
They're the worst.
Why would they say that and advertise it, Toms, if fluoride wasn't bad for you? Why would they do that?
Jupiter kind of a dumb
Why would that be a selling point?
He's a sexy man.
If we've always looked for fluoride
jealous, crazy, controlling.
Crest, fluoride, got it.
He's like Thor.
When you're going through the CVS and grabbing stuff and throwing it in your back. It's always fluoride. You're always looking for fluoride. That's what kills the germ. I don't want cavities. I don't have to go to the dentist. Give me that fluoride. But they're selling toothpaste without fluoride. Why is that? And the guy who was saying it to you, had this look at us, he was trapped. He was just trapped. So you don't think fluoride is good for you? It's like one of those things. That's just what he just said. No, just brush your fucking teeth. It's really that simple.
Fluoride doesn't kill germs. Supposedly makes your teeth stronger, and it doesn't. Look at the studies. It makes them weaker. Dental fluorosis. My dad's a dentist. I know. It's a fact, folks. It's on purpose. It's why the public's so
Chinese.
They put it in baby water to lower their IQs. It is a chemical weapon.
Fills in the hole.
And there isn't any level of it that's good. It builds up in the body. It's cumulative.
I'm trying to get some myself.
Okay?
Well, damn Instagram ads are so addictive, and then they're not even real. They go into your bank account, they're all scams, and you just look like a dummy afterward. You know what I mean? We probably all already knew that already.
We'll be right back.
So yeah, we're gonna poise Mr. Jones here, and his excellent coverage of the fluoride conspiracy. I do really appreciate that. Why can't the left be doing? I brought that shit up to my Democrat friends a couple times. Even that marijuana cures cancer and shit. It was a friend of mine in Hollywood who made a marijuana movie, and I was like, "How you be making and selling a marijuana movie, not knowing that it cured cancer and shit?" And he's like, "No," and I'm sending him all the PBS shit. I'm like, "Here, in the 70s, they tried to prove that marijuana caused lung cancer." PBS article. And the study proved that marijuana cure lung cancer. And then they realized it rejects mutated cells and all sorts of shit. Well, now we're gonna switch it up over here anyway from Mr. Jones and me. And we're going to talk a little bit about why I'm bringing up Mr. Jones here. We is in another detriment, Mars and Cancer. Mars and Cancer detriment. I got cancer. I got a Cancer moon, so I be liking the Mars and Cancer. Nobody like it usually ever. A little emo and feeling mostly frustrated, but like this Mars Cancer retrograde that I have gone through, I've like this Astro right now. I feel like shit the whole time. I feel like a loser and anxious and shit. It's that all this Pisces and Aquarius going on right now. It's driving, and now going into Aries, and your identity is off Chiron, that key identity or destiny in your your destiny in your what zodiac, or the zodiac of your masculine identity, and house of the sixth, which is health all around, mostly mental health with all this crazy shit going on over here. But yeah, Mars and detriment. Basically what I'm getting at, this is all the apocalypse wall stellium. We transition, this year is definitely the official age of Aquarius is really like when Pluto came into Aquarius. But this last year is the death throes of Neptune and Pisces. All this Piscean energy has been here since 2010. I've loved it for the creativity, but oh my God, it's been so stupid in the news. Everybody running around like an idiot. Russia. Maybe you just say, maybe you should have just stuck with grabbing the pussy, you know what I mean? Like maybe you just should have stuck with that, and that's all you stuck with. Because that's the only thing they found. Like, out of everything. Wasting all our motherfucking time since 2016 is fucking crazy. Like just taking the Democrat Party and making it all Nazi and shit and Antifa. I mean, you look at the UN right now, where is all this woke shit coming from? It's come from the English in Germany, the EU, the UN. Where they stationed? Germany. So the protesting laws at one point in Germany was you ain't allowed to protest Islam in the street. And yet I think you weren't allowed even to have anything white related. So like it's this extreme reversal from what it used to be. You know what I mean? And now it's like overnight Nazis and shit marching in the street saying making being Muslim or Palestinian illegal, or waving the flag. You
a frontal assault on the lives of the New World Order. It's Alex
Palestine
Jones.
have even Arabic flags in the street, and they just outlawed it, which is pretty normal. No nations let shit like that happen. Ain't nowhere that happened, but it's like, oh, okay, you want to be a democracy, and then
You found it, the tip of the spear. It is the Alex
just make it all the same, dum-dums. Anyway, they're running around in Poland. I'm seeing the Black Star of Himmler's Black Star, the Smithsonian spiral star, like, you know, the jiggy jagged swastika that's got like 12 arms on it. Seen that in Poland. I'm not gonna listen to this shit. So I don't know the rights of the whatever. It was a sample. Alex Jones got the right to that. Well, why am I looking at Alex Jones, and how do I have the right to this? Alex Jones shit is free to air, apparently. You can share it. So I'm like, what the hell is everybody thinking? Why don't we all just share Alex Jones stuff? And viral as hell, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my studio going. So maybe this is like a hack to be a creator, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just throw some Alex Jones there. Maybe I'll learn something, you know. I do think that Trump faked that whole that was so his PR guys, the WWF guy, he used to be on WWF and WWE hitting people with chairs and shit. That was the most staged assassination in the world, but at the same time I was saying that Shapiro's in on it and stuff, so maybe, mate, you know, Governor Shapiro, yeah, PA, my governor. Oh, my stagehand friends love Mr. Shapiro. I don't know why. I really ain't been to Philly nearly as much since it's gotten all like wokeified. I mean, I love the woke-looking girls. That's the only thing that changed about all these women is that they all got hotter, and I think it's all the estrogen and shit in the plastics and the FPAS or whatever the hell. I don't know how to. I won't mess it up. I get all I'm a dyslexic. And yeah, look at him. He's like, yeah, pump, yeah. I was shot. He looked maybe like he's high almost when that happened. I don't know. So bring back to Mr. Jones. No more
fiction,
music.
Especially when good people aren't in a coma.
Okay, so
in a trance.
I'm going to continue with the
spell has broken.
Astrology.
And like a high wind at dawn.
So yeah, all this Elon Musk.
We can now
got
see
a little
for
cancer.
miles and miles and
He's
miles
got some
and
Aquarius
miles
as well. This is 25th coming up when everything go direct, everything all hidden right now in the creativity and the wall.
And I usually
water and murky water, Mars. Hidden and big,
as
too.
you know, as regular viewers and listeners, in the last few years, I said if we can get Trump back in there with a big enough landslide to override their fraud.
Your creativity, masculine energy,
he'll have to
and
end the war first, stabilize the borders.
Retrograde.
He'll try to crash the economy, cut the energy prices, supercharge that as quickly as possible. Evade assassination. Before they shot him.
Zodiac of the mother and the homeland, domestics. And then
I said, once we get in there with Doge, obviously USA is one of the most obviously corrupt.
Jupiter.
The Treasury Department,
blown up.
The EPA.
Big forward walls.
All the DEI stuff.
Why am I hearing crack?
You get in there, you show the corruption first to get everybody really on board. Who's already on board.
It's just my connection.
The enemies then defend all the corruption. The human trafficking, the sex slavery.
I gotta master the system. I'm kind of one that doesn't read directions and not just do speed tutorials.
They burn themselves up in front of us.
I set all this up through
they commit political suicide.
Ninja, OBS.
27 and a half days in, it's going way better than I possibly thought it could, which makes me nervous.
And
and everything's going good.
That means that all the subterfuge and shit happening right now between Musk and Trump and Bill Gates and Hillary and
then it all fell apart.
Trudeau.
So,
and
what a time to be alive! At lightning speed, and with precision, and research and dedication.
I mean, we're fighting Germany. We're fighting England first, Germany second, and China third.
To the Trump Doge populist revolution.
Russia last.
But the deep state
that's my
is striking
opinion.
back. Now,
I'm a serious news hound.
when
Exactly.
I said I
I'm
didn't
just
think of this.
very aware of what everybody's saying.
The first conspiracy I ever remember hearing.
Let's hear this for a second.
And it wasn't a conspiracy. A conspiracy theory means the public hears a rumor, a legend about something true.
But this mouse is going to go direct.
And the CIA created the term conspiracy theory in '64 because people didn't think that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. The CIA was involved. And it came out in the Frank Church Committee hearings in '77 that they created the term in Operation Mockingbird for the corporate media.
This is all right. He's very
to say, when people question anything, don't debate the facts. They're not on our side. Just say conspiracy theory. Now, there are conspiracy theories. The earth is flat, the moon's made of cheese, and Keebler elves are real, and Santa Claus is real. That's stupid. But the Federal Reserve is private. That's in the congressional record. They don't deny it's private.
Well, you know, this and the Fed
But I remember 25 years ago on air, and even 20 years ago, and even 10 years ago,
couldn't get it done the whole
Times would say Alex Jones is crazy. The Federal Reserve is a federal agency. Remember people that have been around and awake a while?
Never been a federal agency, a private,
even
unelected
10 years ago.
Bunch of motherfuckers.
8 years ago, right when Trump got elected the first time.
The World Bank.
There was a New York Times article about conspiracy theorists continue to say there's something called globalism.
Slavery.
That was the headline. You pull it up.
It's just slow motion slavery.
The globalists call themselves globalists. They call their system globalism. Corporate technocracy, taking over governments and peoples. So what you see them pushing with the Great Reset. It penetrates the cabinet.
This guy, I'm covering him because he seems to be the fastest and
worldwide
knows the most.
corporate party.
He's just been doing it forever. He's
we control behavior with our investments. The social credit score. All of it's on the other.
William Cooper.
But the first conspiracy theory I ever remember hearing about was at the dining room table with my dad and all these magazines and books and other men at the house. I don't remember who the other people were. And my Uncle Billy, who was my mom's uncle, who was high level, not high level in the Federal Reserve of New York, the actual owners, but in the technicals of the processes of the 12 regional Federal Reserves. And of course, he was a big patriot, World War II vet, knew about all sorts of stuff. And even then, he's one of the high-level guys over when he retired. He was the head of the whole regional bank over all the money, over all the states that are in the regional bank of the Federal Reserve out of Dallas. And I remember him talking about how the Federal Reserve is private, how it operated, how it fought with the other regional banks that were actually had a government function but weren't in the government, and how when Nixon got us off the gold standard, he had been told that the gold had been shipped to Europe. And then he was talking about plans he'd heard by high-level people.
And this is very important.
They were down the road going to get rid of the dollar, go to a global currency, and then they were proposing it be in different colors. And they would have a North American currency and a European Union currency. And of course, decades later, came out that those were globalist proposals. They just never got them done. So he was there talking about it and talking about the gold and how the gold was
Russia
missing.
got most of our gold.
I remember being fascinated because a few days before,
this goes all the way back to Andrew Jackson.
I had watched on television
he was
Goldfinger.
He
was like 5-6 years old. Well, he still lived in Dallas, so we moved when I was out of Dallas when I was 6. So I was 5.
He wasn't,
and I watched Goldfinger.
But he also was
about the evil bad guys doing their own raid, trying to steal the gold at Fort Knox. So I'm a little kid who just watched a movie about Fort Knox.
So it kind of traumatized him and made him like super crazy.
And so I know what it is, and I'm hearing about somebody did steal it.
Really?
So I still have this memory because it was fascinating. Because I'd just seen Goldfinger on TV, and my mom loved James Bond movies, so they would never let us eat in front of the TV unless it was a James Bond movie or a. Sometimes we'd watch westerns too. If it was a John Wayne movie. But we got from I remember watching that.
Like a panther.
And then a few days later, maybe it was a week later, I remember close to that. Here's my mom's uncle talking about the gold really has been taken.
What is his physique?
Now, fast forward past that to what's happening now. I didn't think out of all the things that would just be so obvious to everybody and really prove how criminal the government's been and how everything you've been told's been a lie, to go do an audit of the Treasury Department's gold reserves, because that is under the federal government. So no wonder a few weeks ago when they went into the Treasury first, they said, oh, these are sensitive records, you can't look at it. We now learn Musk and them was particularly looking at the ledgers on the gold. And then we learn a month ago,
we only got silver,
right before Trump gets sworn in, all of a sudden, and we have the purchase orders and the numbers, we've been covering them for weeks saying what's happening here.
But he's saying something about gold bars now.
You know, before anybody else was even making a big deal about this, Kirk Elliott was on about a month ago saying, look at these record numbers of gold coming in. Because it was only on the international ledgers. There weren't even articles about it yet. It was just showing these giant inflows from all over the world, but particularly out of London and out of Europe proper into the Treasury Department's vaults in New York. And then it became a big story. Why is this happening? Is Trump about to put us back on the gold standard partially back? Because Russia's been talking about it in China, or is Trump reappropriating the gold? But I noticed that even before Trump got back in, it's almost 5 weeks ago, that's when the flooding started. So they knew Trump was going to do this and said, holy crap, get the gold back. And it's come out in the news here and there, but they keep most of it secret, that in the last 40-something years, this is 50 now since 74, 51, most of our gold was sent overseas. And then they asked Treasury secretaries and things about it over the years. They're like, well, I can't really tell you. That's just a private agreement. Well, we can't really tell you where this $500 billion went or where this $2 trillion went, you know, of digital money either. We played clips of that last week. Different deadheads, Bernanke, Powell, Greenspan saying. So
really
you just type in X or YouTube.
Exactly.
Fed chairman refuses to say where money went. Fed chairman refuses to say where gold reserves are. Remember, everything I say, you just type it in, okay? So, or 98% of what I say. When I'm speculating, I'll tell you. Or when I mean theoretical or futuristic, as a futurist. That's another hat we wear, obviously. It's part of the full spectrum analysis. But I don't think, I know that's one of the main reasons they're shipping this back. And then now the Bank of England has said it was first 2 months, now 3 months, now they're saying up to 4 months. If you're a company or corporation or government, because foreign governments store gold different places, if you want your gold back, there's this huge wait now because there's not enough there.
I don't know if y'all notice all those sounds in the background.
The gold, most of the gold was taken out of Fort Knox. That's been confirmed. But then they would argue and say, well, it's in New York, or it's in Dallas, or it's in Phoenix, or it's in Atlanta. But then they go do these spot check.
Nazis.
Senator Paul's gone and looked at the numbers. They've had a few audits over the years that are
pretty accurate.
Partial audits, but never at Fort Knox, because the word is it's empty. Now maybe they're shipping some back there right now. But now Senator Rand Paul calls for first Fort Knox gold audit in 50 years, taps Elon Musk Doge for verification. FOIA requests show 7 out of 13 previous audits reportedly missing. And then Congress says there hasn't been a full one because they're over the Treasury. They appropriate money since 1974, 51 years ago. And this is all breaking since Elon the last few days started saying, hey, we got to look into the gold supplies, the gold reserves. Oh, we go up the gold standard of 74, but then where'd the gold go? I want to know where the gold is. I want the gold. And it's not just that it's in real gold number values, what it should be at $35 trillion in value. We had Kirk Elliott on last week about that. I'm getting back on tomorrow. In fact, I forgot to do that. I meant to get it today. I forgot. Because he was the first guy on this right about 5 weeks ago, seeing the numbers right when they started. So they start hauling ass a week before Trump gets inaugurated. And it's just accelerated now. And it's come out that the gold isn't available now.
And my mother.
Because there wasn't enough of it to get our gold back. Because they know Trump knows where the bodies are buried now. And he's going down everything. Remember that clip I played last week of Biden? talking to Poroshenko, the old president before Zelensky in Ukraine. He's like, listen, don't ask Trump for more money. He'll start looking for where you got it and who's getting it. We'll give you the money through the IMF and World Bank. Yes, Mr. Vice President, I won't. This is right when Trump got in 8 years ago. He's like, that's right. You don't tell anybody. He'll get sophisticated, and then we're got big problems. You understand? Yes, Mr. Vice President. So, can you imagine? Because it's even better if they shipped a bunch of it back. We're like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do it under our nose? What's going on here? This is sensational. Update. Doge next target.
I didn't hear all that.
U.S. gold reserves.
Update. Listen, Alex Jones, this is a show update.
Secrecy. Elon Musk's recent query sheds light on decades of it being very opaque. It's time for a full counting of our gold at Fort Knox. Here's another one. Update. U.S. government claims it has almost 5,000 tons of gold, but Fort Knox U.S. gold reserves have not been audited since '74, almost 50 years ago. It's over 50 years. No one has seen any of it. It's time for Elon and Doge to conduct a full audit of every single ounce of gold. It's our money. Now, let me tell you this. Before we go to Elon's comments. I remember good old Bob Chapman on the show 20-some years ago, great economist, great expert, explaining naked shorting and how JP Morgan Chase, the big brokerage firms, the banks, have been suppressing the price of gold forever, which is paper bets that they manipulate and keep it down. It has a lot of effects. Hurts the economy, hurts individual investors, and hides inflation. And from all the intel and research we have, almost all the gold, not just in our reserves, but other countries' reserves, has been siphoned off by the globalists. And now the Chinese and Indians, everybody are hoarding it. And the University of Texas has been buying billions in gold quietly. And all the big institutions are grabbing it the last few years. So something big's coming, ladies and gentlemen. And China and Russia already said they want to have a partially backed gold currency to make it more attractive as the new currency. Well, Trump already said BRICS is dead and they're already having to back off. And if we launch a re-dollarization with partial gold backing, it is going to be incredible with that 35 trillion real value of our reserve.
These are all
boosting into the economy. That almost pays off the entire debt. This is amazing. Elon Musk does a great job in layman's terms.
What tones am I listening to? This is
breaking down
playing gamma,
how short sellers,
Schumann,
naked short, you name it, different types of systems, rip everybody off. Here's a clip.
Crown chakra.
Well, I think that there's very few areas in life where you can sell things that you don't own, and the short selling really
we are playing chakra.
When I said it was vestigial, it came from an era when stocks were traded by people traveling on horseback.
Fifth,
to exchange
shoot a throat chakra.
And in order to have the transaction speed not take weeks, so they'd say, well, the stock certificate is coming on that horse. I don't have the stock certificate right now, but I promise you that I'm getting the stock certificate.
See, I thought
and the rider's going to be here. I mean, New York rider's going to be here from Chicago in 3 days, and then I'll be able to give you the stock certificate. That's where this whole silly thing arose. But then the problem is, like, the way short selling is used today is it's kind of like a
Greek and Jewish. All my flat earth friends say, you got to stay away from that Pythagorean numbers.
And then the Jew numbers, very few of them are,
flat earth people.
Actually how to use it.
Flat earth people messing with everybody head.
Of stockholders know how to use
some cool stuff.
Positions to get
great
ahead.
People.
And
it's all my left friends.
So it's like
funny. Everybody talking about flat earthers. They're all left in this.
I think it's immoral.
They're all
I just don't think it's right at all.
Yeah.
A big group can come in and
they cool as shit.
Simply because
party
we're
bros.
going to make a lot of money. I haven't made my
this
quota
question.
this month or what have you. So I really don't care for
How
it.
do you explain the equator and the hemispheres
attack by the short and
the currents?
Where they take a short position and then they do everything possible to trash the company and
the whales was
a Sunday. And they were successful. And this has now happened twice.
Current would all same direction.
And it happened in basically 2017 through 2019.
Flip. And and go backwards.
And I mean,
so
the intensity of the attack was crazy. And I was like, man, this
not say something stupid
it would like cause you to lose faith in
because
humanity,
the ice walls
which this went on.
Creating some
like we don't have shorting in like private companies. The vast majority of companies, over 90%, are private, and you cannot short them. And yet somehow we get the
near the ice wall might do something like that.
So there's
I wouldn't do that either.
A perniciously false.
You'd be faster.
Effective markets.
The currents in the world would be faster, and the North Pole crazy fast.
But it is fast.
And Antarctica could be slow as fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Senator Rand Paul says
if you're flat out,
criminal investigation is being launched by Doge into the missing gold, not just at Fort Knox, but other Treasury Department vaults in New York and other areas. That's why they've been shipping it back as fast as they can the last 5 weeks ahead of Trump getting inaugurated. We've literally caught them with their pants down in the crime of the century. This will further completely devastate the deep state and legitimize.
So it sounds like Alex Jones is playing. We got our golden balls back.
Constitutionally legitimate actions of Trump investigating these federal agencies and finding massive fraud everywhere.
The entire universe
doesn't just save the country money. It will also bring down the deep state for the crimes they've committed.
Totally
this
insane.
Is so historic and so critical.
And nobody covered it because it's a Sunday, y'all. Lord's Day. Wow. Elon Musk encouraged to crack open Fort Knox and all.
Chase is coming in.
There we go, dude.
6 to 8. He does a great job. Anytime I want to, he knows that I'm going to do this. He's cool with it. I'm going to start the next hour.
Musk is cool with it.
And I'm going to hit 3 more big stories that I was loaded for bear on.
John Baum still hate Walk for
I'll tell you what those are when we come back. We'll do about 15 minutes.
Musk.
Then we'll play a clip and bring in the great Chase Geiser, who is
lithium mine, slavery
ready,
shit.
Like a racehorse in the stall for that gate to open. But stay with me.
Blood Diamond family.
On the streams on X, Alex Jones at Infowars.com/show. Share them, share them, share them.
He'd be the one with the blue band.
You're not part of the team. You are the team. You are 1776 commencing again.
Saying the Falcon 9 shit.
You've got the power.
Starlink or whatever.
Now use it. We're taking this over the top. We've broken the enemy's will. The public's waking up and getting energized.
Alex said.
Optimism's back.
Starlink is shooting HG down. It's melting the brains.
We are crushing them.
Well, that might be Leo King.
Hour number 3 and 4 of Sunday Night Live.
High Vibe
with
Top
your host,
TV.
Chase Geiser, coming up. But we're going to go to 2 minutes of break. We're going to come out hot.
Or we're going to go back.
For those about to rock. And I'm going to hit.
He'd be quoting AC/DC. I love AC/DC. Maybe I like this guy. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
I actually have more than 3, but I'm
just bald. He might be an insider.
Because I just have to get all this done.
Everybody's calling me. I really like
breaking stuff and knock it out of the park.
I ain't seen no Nazi shit from him.
Incinerate them peacefully and lovingly with the truth.
Stupid.
Now, listen to me.
Stupid stuff.
There are 3 known super-packed nutrient superfoods that have different effects. Hemp, iris sea moss, and shilajit.
Yeah, and
shilajit
too.
has the most crazy wild stuff in it. We don't know how it forms. Millions of years ago, earthquakes happen in the Himalayas, other areas, and it's there.
I like his.
They know all these different microorganisms.
I like his supplements. He got DNA falls. Millions of years. Get it cheap, not all mocked up like Alex.
Amino acids that only exist in it, and basically peptides
might be better through him.
And it just supercharges everything.
I might buy his shilajit, to be honest.
Totally clean shilajit. Because the problem with shilajit is it's not all created equal. Ours is triple tested by top labs. And Mike got food on top of it. That's 4 labs. We're trying to level from already a top seller in the country. That's what we do. It's already proven. We have shilajit, now available with PQQ and CoQ10 that clean out the telomeres in the cells. Literally,
that's
the fountain of
Dr.
youth.
Group stuff.
Cognitive and heart health, testosterone boosting vitality, immune support detoxification, mood and stress reduction, muscle recovery, energy and stamina. The scientific.
Okay, back to the astrology on the commercial. Thank you, boys and ghouls. So, why am I Jones and Trump and Musk and Buskin when Ma go to wreck? You see that blue line connected to it? This is the 24th. This is like 9 days from now. Something like that. Maybe 6 days flying by. I think it's 16th. Anyway, 24th. 24. I might even shrink that down. No, just fine. So that's the positron from Mars, like I just said. We Mars direct in big wall, Jupiter world, wall with the world, domestic and wall with the world direct, coming on 24th. Why is it domestic? It's in Cancer. The war at world with us, America, and it's all a trick. It's all a dupe. We ain't ever got under the yoke of the Brits, guys. And the Brits are the Germans. The King of England, he related to Vlad the Impaler. And like I said, it all goes back to Transylvania. Check out Mind and Veil. I got a great episode on vampires. All right. So the King of England related to Vlad the Impaler, and really, the King of England. That whole thing goes back to the cult of Aton. Check out Mark the Saurian. That all go back to the cult of Aton. And there used to be a Tartarian empire that took over, it was the Scythians. The Scythians were the Tartars, Tartarian empire. And they, according to Mind Unveiled, the Ouroboros, and they used to be the Snake Kingdom. And then the vampires hijacked through the culture of Aton, Egypt diffused. Ultimately, Vlad the Impaler become sort of like the false hero side story, Masonic bullshit story. And, everything be tied to that. Just to be... Tartars were taken over by a bunch of fucking vampires, okay, from Egypt. I know that sounds total crazy, but they took down the Tartarians. This is Mind Unveiled's version, but it's something like that, all tied together to the Indo-European bloodline, basically. The wall between the redhead giant and I don't really understand exactly how it worked out, but basically we have a couple of histories that have been inverted, and they stole the dragon, they stole the symbolism, they stole the cross. Vlad the Impaler stole Christianity and the cross. Basically make Catholic Church.
Our destiny is in your hands.
I don't know if I can.
76.
Okay, you keep on saying crazy shit. I don't know if I can get the AC/DC on here and still get monetized. So, but Jones paid the right and says it's free for everybody. So I don't know what to think. I'm gonna be extra careful with the music on here. He's saying some crazy shit, and this is why I'm kind of like, man, you be squirrely as shit. He didn't need to act like this. Like all religious, that, and like Russell Brand getting religious all of a sudden. The redacted guys kind of being like really like seemingly super fanboys for Musk. However, why I'm bringing all this stuff up is whitneywebb is standing up and against all this like fanatic Trump, like delusional. I ain't got a problem with Trump exactly, but everybody around him, J.D. Vance, he's going to whitneywebb.
Not descended from cowardly men.
And a guy named derekbroze that I saw on redacted channel. That'd be Natalie Morris and
surrender.
Whatever Morris. I forget his first name, but he's supposedly from around. He's from Redden. But man, his wife is hot as hell. My God. Smoking ass Natalie Morris. Oh my God. Lucky guy. Sorry. But man, what a combo. They are hilarious too. And I saw them at first. I'm like, look at all the red and talking about Musk. I'm like, these guys are like
from the tips of my toes,
Chinese Musk assets or something. Because it just came out of nowhere to me. But, you know, Webb and them, especially this Broze guy that they just had on talking about that Trump's making a deep state with J.D. Vance because he's one of those venture capitalist cult guys that are tied to the security states and stuff. It's probably all Kissinger holdovers.
Awakened us.
Basically, they're reverting, according to him, they're reverting to like the old, like the old globalist plan. The old globalist plan that was like kind of more the time of H.G. Wells. It sounds like the Eloy and stuff, like underground. They're gonna have two-tiered society. Anyway, this is amazing interview on Redacted. This guy, derekbroze, look this up. This interview. I just followed him on X and whitneywebb. But he gives, in this interview, he gives some really good websites. He breaks down the new security surveillance state and how basically Trump the baddie. Or Peter Thiel, he'd be talking about. I'm trying to find quickly the website. But follow this guy and watch this redacted interview. The title is, Are Trump and Musk? Yes.
I want to buy your house.
I can pay you cash. Get out of my face, you creep. What the hell? What the hell, this guy? Get out of my house. Anyway, we go back
to surrender.
Is that all you did? Was just play AC/DC and just... That's pretty awesome. I mean, I wish I could do that. I try to do it. So we go on to check this out. These are all a lot of Peter Thiel stuff they're talking about, but check out these interviews. And this man, drshivaayyadurai, this interview, I saw one of his lives. He taught everybody how to do AI, like in an Excel sheet. This guy, I wanted to vote for Shiva for president. I kept saying it. Drew Sell kept talking about it. Flat Earth. Oh my God. Flat Earth. Oh my God. I gotta check him out. But basically, this man should be the president. He had all the right ideas on how to deal with, especially the Middle East and Israel and how that's all panning out. He didn't just conquer by decree Palestine. I know
Search
that.
is geolocated out of D.C.
He wouldn't do that. I know
Maryland, Virginia, elite areas. Also a 400+%.
After they be melting everybody with their lasers. Same thing with Maui.
I checked yesterday. It's still going
Malibu and Palisades.
And criminal defense attorneys
Chile,
in those areas.
Australia,
and then now
Santa
this broke on
Rosa.
Friday. It's now hitting the news today.
It's all Project Lubin.
My post on X
fake alien invasion.
The D.C. housing market has been flooded with new listings in the past 2 weeks.
Notice they didn't explain shit about the drones
aid money is
at all.
Collapsing with D.C. area real estate markets. The politicians who were stealing taxpayer money through U.S. aid to fund their lavish lifestyles are now running for the exits. Here's the article out of Zero Hedge. Washington recession begins. This is today. D.C. active home listings soar. Jobless claims spike.
I'm going to
drains the swamp.
Let me do that. I'm going to ASMR.
Here's some of the listings from Friday. They're much worse now.
I'm going to ASMR.
The permanent bureaucracy is moving out for good. The wealthiest crap is happening the wildest crap is happening near Washington, D.C. Here in Arlington, Virginia. Everything is being put on the market. They steal our money, drive up real estate prices, screw the average family. This is a good thing happening. Nice breakdowns of all that.
Nah. Okay. I'm going to let him keep talking, and I'm going to talk. Hopefully that isn't really confusing. So the trying be happening from Mars.
Let's talk about something really important. I shot this video
to Saturn
this morning in South Austin. It's the Gulf of
pre-lunar eclipse.
Mexico video 12. Before we play that, let me explain something here.
Back to September 17th.
I've
right here.
Been seeing a lot of articles and headlines trying to explain why Trump is saying we want Greenland, we want Canada. It makes economic sense.
Power.
We're now naming the Gulf of Mexico, renaming it the Gulf of America.
Structure. So who? Saturn.
Why is he doing that? Well, everybody's getting it right. They're just not getting it all. So I think it's important for people to know why Trump's doing this. Yeah, it says
Derek
America's
Broze
open
really
for
broke
business.
down why he's claiming Greenland. And
we're proud of our country,
Panama,
but also
because it goes back
Mexico
to the original globalist plan.
Is part of the Americas as well. It should be the Gulf of America. Just like the Indian Ocean is south of India, or the Gulf of Arabia is off of Arabia. It's a stupid name that the Spanish named it because they called that land right there Mexico. It should not be the Gulf of Mexico, nothing against Mexico. It's the Gulf of America. But the left is all about, don't say mother and father. There are no X and Y chromosomes. Take down the statues of the founders. Change all the language. Read 1984 by George Orwell. Eric Blair, chief propagandist for MI6, OSS, World War II.
But
he puts in that fiction book, he wrote essays after he wrote the book saying, no, this is what really happens. This is where I believe we'll go under the Fabian socialist model. He was a member of their top group.
So maybe
they want to destroy the language, dumb everybody down, where no one could ever even have a revolution against tyranny because people have had language destroyed.
September 7th.
Language is what let civilization develop. So the left coming in and with the pronouns and all their political correctness, and don't say manhole, don't say handicap, don't say retarded. It all starts with don't say N-word. Well, I don't say anyways. I don't hurt somebody's feelings. We have a right to say it if you want. No, don't ban N-words. Now it's banned mother and father or government forms. Oh,
to heal before we get to
British government just came out and said, we don't want Legos because it's male and female, and that hurts people. I mean, this is a cult that wants to destroy the order of the universe.
But
they want to scramble your brain.
No.
And so there's that level of it. And it's about a litmus test. Yes,
so your
letting the left know you no longer dictate reality. We're not just going to call things you try to change the name of what they really are. We're going to start renaming things and beat you at your own game. Like they got,
which means
they changed the name of Fort Bragg, saying he was a racist.
Masculine yang
Fort Liberty,
identity.
They changed it back. They're going to change the name of Fort Hood back. It's all about communist always erase history. You're not doing that. They even want to get George Washington off of Mount Rushmore.
Make you delusional fuck.
So it's about undermining America, taking a knee during the national anthem. You don't have to put your hand over your heart. You sure as hell aren't going to get paid by USA to do that to make people hate their country. They want to bring us down. I said it years ago when they're done taking down Robert E. Lee, it'll be George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. Now they've done it a bunch of places. They took down Teddy Roosevelt in New York.
You can juggle it.
He was an abolitionist. I mean, a civil rights activist. But he's a white man, and we can't celebrate that. It's about saying white people are bad.
And Jupiter.
So Trump
big worldly thing, just like over here.
Their corporate CIA media caught getting secret government funds to attack Trump and lie about him, and myself and others. He's like, no, there's other media that's bigger than you. We choose who gets to be in the White House Oval Office. We choose, and you're not in here anymore. To the reporter that refuses to say, when she addresses Trump, she wants to go up there like a Jim Acosta type stunt and say, the Gulf of Mexico. And he's like, okay, you know what? You're not in here. That's not censoring her. She can go outside the building, and she can go on X. She can go anywhere she wants and call it the Gulf of Mexico all day long. And us to self-identify when we won't use the pronouns, and we misgender, and then we get indicted in California for it. They're the ones trying to put you in jail. Trump just says, nope, you're not going to be in here. We'll bring in the Gateway Pundit instead.
Lord.
Which has a bigger audience anyways.
He is having a trine over to the Lord.
So,
of the 8th house, Pluto.
Remember, the left didn't want us to have White House press credentials that we had.
And the moon is...
We never did have the money to keep reporters up there, so I just let them lapse, but we had reporters there some. They're like, take him away. Don't let Alex Jones have a reporter. Remember that 8 years ago?
Pluto is 27.
We were invited there. Been invited since.
So it's got to do with America.
And we get cranked up and get the funds.
And all this shit. Pluto right next to
it. Down, we're getting close to that. We will have reporters in D.C. I want to hire 3 or 4 of them there. This is stuff to cover, things to do. They'll be on Air Force One. I've already been invited. I just do so much here, reaching hundreds of millions a day, that I'm just like, the time I'll spend going there and hearing, oh, Alex is here, it'll be a big thing about me in the news. I'd rather just cover the news, the analysis, hammer out the most stuff. I mean, I am in the catbird seat, in the crow's nest, in the gun command vessel, blowing the living snot out of the enemy. I'm right where I need to be.
Load of, all right. Also load of war.
But
in Aquarius.
Plus, every time I leave, they run in here with armed, literally security, and say, get out of the building and cut the power off.
Highest mental.
The DOJ, but they're under criminal investigation now. Watch.
You know, the homeland.
So this is a real war, folks, and I'm in my
Cancer fall.
defending
Cancer Zodiac.
Fortress Truth.
Cancer House.
And I'm at my post. But this is about telling them, you're not the moral authority. You don't create the definitions. You don't create the language. You don't tell us what to do.
Oh, that be a positive channel is a delusion. But this is seen in the 28
and then higher up in the cult, there's other little weird,
this is a great,
isms
this is my
things.
favorite degree. 28.
We're done with your cult. We're cutting off all our taxpayer funding for you to brainwash our kids.
7's a difficulty.
So now Axios literally gets all the USAID money, and CIA will use Gulf of America.
Keep saying, Gollum in Lord of the Ring. 27 be Gollum. See, the note is still here.
The Gulf, so why it matters, what journalists call the body of water, formerly known as the Gulf of Mexico.
There'll be Gollum in the lava pit.
And this gets into the crap test.
You know, that's like a tornado. They'll bring a power.
But they want to shut down America. The globalists wanted to slowly collapse us. Trump's saying, bring your jobs here, bring your businesses here. We're at the cheap energy, security, everything.
Neptune,
and we're expanding. We're not contracting. Manifest destiny, the American right system. With you can't get more Americana than that.
They're all the same zodiac. I mean, maybe not all of them, but I'll give 7 big orb.
Trump's just following Texas model. Texas, industry-wise, is already the most powerful state. Energy, industry,
a double sextile.
Jobs, taxes. It's already Texas.
Sextile by the moon and Pluto.
Texas has become biggest state population-wise as center of gravity shifts south. They say 2045 will be a lot quicker than that. I told you 15 years ago by 2030 it'll be the biggest.
Democracy.
Texas is on track to overtake California and become the most populous state. It goes on. So, what's happening in California, though, it's all just set up with the globalists to loot the taxpayers, steal everything.
And
California rejects State Farm's rate increase request amid L.A. fire claims, and they cut the insurance off months before. And you know how they did that. Fire scores California spending $10 billion on health care for illegal aliens.
In what value? Money.
Unbelievable. All right, I am going to stop here. There's a lot I didn't get to, but I did.
This looks like crypto, basically.
Drew did an amazing job.
Money, you got the air god.
And I am going to air a little music video I put together with McBreen.
And
a couple
it'll
of them.
be doing the Half Libra
and
Justice.
And in about 3.5 minutes after that,
enemies, friends.
When I go to this promo, Chase Geyser's going to come in here for the next hour and
diplomacy, basically.
40-something minutes and knock it out of the park. So get ready for some of the most fast-paced analysis and news out there. He does an excellent job on air and behind the scenes with our great crew. So Chase Geyser's coming up. Please remember, we got a lot of great people we want to bring in like Chase to join the rest of this team. But we need money to do it. And where do you, for your dollar, get bigger bang buck? Where do you get greater product? Where do you piss off the globalists more? I mean, if you want to keep winning, there's nowhere like the alexjones.com for latest selection of apparel, spread the word, like-minded people, total adventure, 400 plus designs, ball caps, t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters. The new tactical line is going to sell out very, very quickly. Very high quality brand with the scabbard and the snap.
Don't let Neptune rape you.
6-inch stainless steel dagger with InfoWars on one side, 77 on the other. This is a real collectible. You got the silver coins that will sell out in the next few days. The 7th coin, the tip of the spear, veteran of the InfoWar.
Adonis kill you.
1997,
because you turned into
2025. People are like, I thought you started in 94. I didn't launch InfoWars
because Neptune raped you.
Those coins, I think about 1,000 are left. That is all available right now. And become a VIP member. For $30 a month, cancel anytime, and you get $40 to spend in the store each month. You get special deals, special offers, special discounts. Go look at it. You don't just get $40 a month. Look at everything. You'll see 20 to 30% extra just for members there.
To fucking dummies.
You get all the special deals, but then you remember that you got great products. You remember the site. You remember you got good deals, and we form a relationship with you. We want a long-term, symbiotic, 360 win, non-zero sum game. Relationship with you.
Over here to
do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. That is the golden rule. I will never back down. I will never betray you. It is impossible. I absolutely love fighting tyrants. I could have a gun to my head and they couldn't get me to do what they want. But you are the great deciders. So you have the power to decide.
Your yin.
Do we continue on? Do we expand? Do we implode?
Your feminine side identity.
You decide whether you share an article or video. You decide whether you take clips out of the show and upload.
Alex was talking earlier
please listen to me.
There's a liberal movement.
You got pissed off and you got off the bench and we're winning. Now we got to finish the inning.
No, I don't think.
The question is, can we turn it around? We are screwed. But at least when all collapses, the bad guys won't be completely in charge. They think if they collapse it, somehow they'll get back in charge. Come on, that's not going to happen.
These people either never been in an abusive relationship in their life.
Like you like what you got so far. You're going to get a lot bigger can of political whoop as you keep going. Jeez. All right. That's it for this transmission.
All right. These people, since 2016 in Hillary, running around Russia. My God, I cannot believe you just lied so long until we were in this situation. Russia. Maybe take a lesson from these guys and just tell the truth every once in a while or something like that. You know what I mean? Just try it out. Because what I feel, ladies and gentlemen on the left, is maybe you've never been in an abusive relationship before, you know? Or maybe the opposite is true. Maybe y'all never not been in an abusive relationship, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, straw, dude. There we go. Okay, I'll switch it up. He done. I hope my whispering over his yelling was even more calming for you. But yeah, like I said earlier, let's get the main, maybe narrative from Mr. Jones here at times. But let's check. These are our new fact checkers. We got the Whitney Webb, and oh my God, this redheaded minx. My Lord, I think she got a boyfriend. God, man, but look at her. She's a little genius, little redhead. Oh my God. Anyway, I should not be like that. She's a brain. She is a resource. But my God, when they got the brain, I got something called sapiosexuality. So, you know, when a redhead come up being like saving the world and shit, I mean, my God, I cannot control myself. Where was the live that I saw? I saw the live on Instagram when it happened. I mean, this guy be pumping out like pure yeoman farmer genius shit every day. You don't stray from Zionism here, basically. And I know it all a racket, you know. It all divide and conquer. If it's dividing and conquering, it's British, you know. It's a Rothschild. Who do you think did that? Who do you think made that? Well, this guy is nuanced enough to, you know, explain that Israel and the Holy Wall is the same thing. It's just the pyramid be race traders. That's the structure, okay? Race traders, all working together, making crazy deals with the Wahhabis, the British, the Jews, the Germans. They all make this shit. They all do it to kill. Why would you ever do that you take Israel back, but then you put this little right in between the ocean. It just don't make no sense. And you know, if there wasn't a World War II, and all those guys on the same team beforehand, wasn't a World War II, we wouldn't have Israel. So that's kind of like a weird, self-fulfilling thing. You know, I ain't saying nothing, but that's what happened. It's recorded in history. Look up Leonard Ulrich. You know, he's the one. You know what? This guy is the real Alex Jones. Leonard Ulrich. William Cooper, too. He talked shit on Alex Jones before he died. Anybody want to know what the hell is going on in this world? If you want to know, look this guy up. You want to know who and what the hell could be going on? This guy, this bro, Leonard Ulrich. He be unveiling everything for years. And his best he's coming out the sequel of his original long wave documentary on the New World Order self-fulfilling prophecy shit. You know, like Harry Potter. And this motherfucker hated Trump the whole time. I hated him right in the beginning, and I was like, why is he slam dunking on Rand Paul? And then I was like, okay, what the hell be going on? But like I said, you know, I miss the corn pop bad boys. I miss Biden with his aviators and his like Top Gun. You know, I know he's evil and bad, but it's just sort of like sometimes I don't want to pay attention to that shit. You know what I mean? Like nobody want to be paying attention to this stuff. But now it looks like we kind of got to now. Some things it's kind of like, you know, being a liberal, you kind of like really. You kind of like to have you know, like the Fleetwood Mac song. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. That's kind of like how I want my politician to be. Tell me lie, tell me sweet little lie. Like Obama. Oh my God, pour that honey in my ear, baby. Yeah, tell me a bunch of shit after you just like murked friggin' Julian Assange and just killed all those reporters with drones and say you're good at killing people with drones, you're good at killing. Just lie and say you didn't say that. Like you go, yeah, that, you know. It's all about, he had this thing, okay, these playing cards too. He pointed out years, Illuminati New World Order playing cards. This is the shit that is the most mysterious stuff ever. So we got that. But I'm trying to find his original documentary. Anyway, it's called The New World Order. And it got like Hitler on the front. Or like, it's like some German looking dude. Sneak, I keep doing this. It won't let me load it. Of course, I'm live and it's like, no, it doesn't exist. Does not exist. But yeah, you gotta be watching the Astrology because it just sort of explains the timing of this. Check out highvibe.tv and let me find this stupid freaking video. Okay, I need to watch this one. I didn't see this one. He go into Blavatsky, Blavatsky. He go deep on the occult and the whole. He just studied a Mason and just put the whole. Here it is. New World Order, Secret Societies, and Biblical Prophecy. If you watch this, it is works-cited and tells pretty much the entire history of the world, at least. Starts with George Carlin. I will stop right there because I respect Mr. Aldrich so much. I will never. Wikipedia. The New World Order is a term used in several conspiracy. Oh, look, they just openly misgendering him, mislabeling him. They put it out front. See. The New World Order, Wikipedia, is wicked. and people just edit it. It's just bullshit. People talking out their ass. You can't write a college paper about Wikipedia. The New World Order is a term used in several conspiracy theories, which hypnotizes a secretly emerging totalitarian hypothesize secretly emerging totalitarian world government. We were just you've been calling it that yourselves, you fucking dummies. What a bunch of gaslighting ass motherfuckers. Being a Cancer moon, dude, I cannot handle this shit. Since 2016, I haven't been able to handle this gaslighting bullshit. So we'll see how everything go. But look at anything else here. But this is, like I said, it's all revolving around Neptune being delusional as fuck. It's been like that. I mean, Neptune went into Pisces in 2010. Why do you think everybody nuts since 2010? I mean, some cool visuals and stuff. Horrible music. But, I mean, there was good music back then, actually. Horrible now. There's still some new people coming out. It's just hidden. It's hidden. There is the good music, but it's hidden. I ain't gonna go into Drake and Kendrick and all that shit. I haven't even listened to the track yet. But yeah, Neptune, everything they're following, even though I said everything really miles space, it's right in the middle there. This is the planetary dispositor. So like, if you look in the more traditional, original, more like Sumerian astrology, it's all planetary, ancient, medieval astrology. It's more accurate in the what are we actually tracking with astrology? Everybody be thinking we be measuring the stars and the moon and shit, but we be tracking plasmoid, archetype, like archon, ether, spirit presences that be affecting us electromagnetically, elementally. So yeah, why am I so anxious and so delusional and sad and shit right now? It's because we freaking stacked with the Lulu Pisces. Look at all that Pisces. And then we also got all those Aquarius. It's Aquarius season. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, the best of times are wasted times. I guess this is, never thought I'd be living through the apocalypse and shit, but guess I am. Anyway, we will enter there. I really appreciate everybody joining tonight. I hope you understood everything I was saying there. But yeah, it is game over time, apparently, for the world we used to have. And this motherfucker. Boy. Did I miss anybody? No, I think I got it all. Yeah, that's it, everybody. Thank you for joining. Update. Destination Adventure Studios. This is Vibecheck. I'm your host, Thaddeus Theodore Roosevelt. Thank you for joining me. And I will hopefully see you soon. And like I said, with Update, I'm in between gigs right now, so it might be more than weekly sometimes. Ultimately, I'd like to get to just doing this daily, maybe. But we'll see. All right, bros. Have a beautiful night.